By name, I'm Dr. Shegun Afolabi Olumu. I have my BSc degree in biochemistry, my master's degree in biochemistry, and my PhD in biochemistry. I specialize on parasitology and nutritional toxicology. I've worked extensively on the nutritional aspects of biochemistry and as well as clinical aspect, mostly diseases of children, and I work a lot on like jaundice. I work a lot on jaundice, breast milk, and currently doing a lot of research work on the malaria. I'm also a lecturer at biochemistry department, Faculty of Medical, Basic Medical Sciences, College of Earth Sciences, University of Jos. My passion for animals goes just beyond the piggery. I'm into others like dogs and all that. But I'm trying to bring my science background and experience into pig farming as well as other aspects of farming. And my main project in this big farming, as I said, Duro as a breed, they always say is the legendary, is the powerhouse, is the superpower of a dog breeding, of a pig breeding. There are so many noise and controversies around Duroc. A lot of what people claim to be pure Duroc were misbreed. They only judge by the color and other things they see. But yet, we have so many people with good quality, pure Duroc in Nigeria. With this Duroc species, there are variations. We have the one they call the Dutch Duroc, mostly from Netherlands and Co. You see them, they have lighter shade in color towards ash color. They are fast growing, they mature well and all that. But if you trade them back to their origin, due to meat producer in Netherlands and that part of Europe, try to produce a fast growing pigs with better conversion rate. So probably the origin might have a little bit of manipulation, but they are still called pure Duroc and they are doing for commercial purpose, they are excellent. Then we have the other type of Duroc called the American Duroc. The American Duroc are more tan in color. When I say tan, like brownish, and the variation can be from light brown into deep dark tan that we call red color, and some can have a mixture of a black inside the dark tan. Color is one thing, but there are other things that goes into it. Now, within this American Duroc, there are these representation of the breed they call the old type American Duroc. That means the old type American Duroc that were common some decades ago, they are becoming very rare, almost in extinction in certain parts of the world. This old type of American Duroc, some people still hold on to them as the original Duroc that give birth to the commercial American Duroc we have. If you see them, they are more hardy. They are tan. They have very, very dark red tan. They are bigger than what we have today, and you can see their bone structure. Bigger frame, and bigger and better musculation. The consumption of pork in recent time have tremendously increased. A lot of people are falling in love with eating pork. Pork is one of the most delicious meat you can ever eat, and is relatively cheaper than the beef counterpart. And moreover, one would look at the health aspect of it or nutritional aspect of it. Pork meat is more or less or almost like your chicken. They are more of a white than red. They are easily digestible. They are highly nutritious. So a lot of people are actually into, especially into in Nigeria. They make a lot of delicacies out of it. Pork, steak, meat, roasted, grill is a common snacks almost at every corner. So the people attitude toward consumption of pork have greatly increased from what it used to be. Pork are dirty, pork are this. No. People now say that this animal that are well taken care of, they are fed on natural organic diets, minimal medication or therapeutic treatment, because porks are naturally healthy animal. Apart from the initial stage at the piglet, you give them their iron injection, the vaccine and co. Almost throughout the rest of their life, you can only just concentrate on maybe quarterly deworming. The chemical load in pig is actually very minimal because they take less of drugs, they take less of antibiotics, and they feed majorly everything we feed them with our organic product from our local farm that doesn't need any form of processing. So if you are concerned about eating well, eating healthy, eating organic, I think pork meat is a good choice for you. When we are talking about our local content in terms of meat production and consumption, pork in comparison to others. For example, let's look at our fishery. Most of our fish are being fed feed formulas with the additive and supplements. And I don't think most farmers monitor what we call the withdrawal period between when you treat animal with medication or when you feed with certain supplement and when you can actually slaughter the animal for consumption. Then if you look at chicken also, like our broiler or layer, mostly they're on one medication or the other to keep them healthy and for good performance. Actually, there's supposed to be a withdrawal period from the last treatment or exposure to chemical and when the animal is being slaughtered for consumption. But most farmers don't really follow the guidelines. Any small thing, they can just flush it into the water. So you stand the chances of consuming traces of this chemical in all this animal. Then when you look like our cattle, for example, the cattle are not as exposed to chemicals. We'll talk of this other fast-growing animal or the fish or whatever. But the there are certain things that could not be certain, like most of these cattle farmers don't these are what do you call it, wide range grazing animals. Their deworming record is never in place. Neither do most of these farmers even care about deworming these animals. So in as much as, apart from those that are sick or whatever under treatment before they slaughter them, as much as your cattle might not be exposed to residual chemical as much as possible, but you still stand the chances of contacting some other parasite from the consumption if it is not well prepared, like worms and other or endoparasite that might be involved. But like pig, one, the basic thing for most pig farmer, after the initial stage, they stop medication, they give natural organic food, and they just deworm intermittently in a good farm with good sanitary practice. Deworming quarterly is adequate for these animals. So to me, you stand a lot of things to gain by consuming pork. I'm not saying the other ones are not good, but at least the problem is most time the farmer, the breeder, the producer don't follow the guidelines or when to withdraw anything chemical from the animal and when to slaughter the animal and push it into the market. Talking of a pig farming as a business venture, a lot of people learn that pig farming is profitable and all that. But not long after they get into breeding pigs, they get chickened away. Small problem come on the other and they move away. And though that's not a one sit down talk. It's something that takes experience. If you are interested in going to pig farming, you want to know more about it, the shop floor and how to guide you to make it actually a profitable venture for you and to give you a quick return on your investment, there are basic things you need to know. Part of what we are doing to improve return on your investment is what agrogenetics is trying to do. To produce piglets or pigs that with minimal feeding, with minimal inputs or investment in terms of feeding, will give you maximum yield in terms of the meat produced and the value of the meat. If you give somebody that is stunted or somebody that is of small size, give him any food tomorrow, it cannot go beyond that size. But if you have somebody of good genetics, a giant type and co, the food will only help him to achieve that big size. So that's what we are trying to do. Produce animal with superior genetics towards our simple goal, maximum production of healthy meat within a short period of time, and the meat of good quality and good value. So if you want to learn more about that, we'll have our consultation department. We'll have where we lecture people, where we train people that want to go into all this. And for those of you that are already established, you can contact us to work more on your management and how to improve any specific problem you might or challenges you might have in your farm. And when it comes to stocking, we can be your plug, one, and we can be your guide, even if you are not buying from us. Okay, but anybody that wants the best genetically superior piglet or pigs, I think you have to come around us. You wouldn't regret it. Now, we are still talking of Agrogenetics Limited.